From Monday to Tuesday, you don't have any fun. From Wednesday to Thursday, just gonna have a run. Friday and Saturday, you're always getting drunk. And Sunday, you stay at home and never go to church.
Hi, everybody. MyNightOut Radio, DJ Psycho Eddie here. In studio with me is Mark Curtis. Every night, Mark, I don't know if you've listened to the show or not, but we usually go off and about a 15-minute ramble of different restaurants that we've been to, different local events.
Sure.
And being that you are a food blogger, I'm going to put your feet to the fire because I'm going to steal your thunder. I know you go to Gels.
Yes.
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
Okay, well, I actually went there to do some background research on you.
I went to
Gels. Exactly. I am a consummate professional when it comes to stuffing food in my face. So I went to Gels, and I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised.
Great place.
It is. Very good food.
Gels Kitchen, 1745 Main Street, West Warwick, right where Cohasset, Main, and East Greenwich Avenue and New London Avenue all converge into this massive five-way intersection.
That's
Great
right.
place to eat.
Well, while I was there, now I figured go, because I'm not in clown paint, most people won't recognize me. Don't you know, the next table over is someone I went to school with.
Yeah.
High school. That was
Rhode Island.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I managed to definitely have a very good meal there. What about you? Any restaurants that stand out now that I just stole Jel's from you?
But let me say one thing about Jel's before we move on. Wonderful people, Jel, Angelica and Mike Penta own the place. And, best corned beef hash in Rhode Island.
That's what I had.
It's pretty close. Ed's Roost in East Greenwich. It would almost be a tie.
Yeah, Ed's Roost uses sliced corned beef, like the lunch meat corned beef. Over here at Jel's, they use an actual corned beef brisket, and they break it down.
That's the way to go. You know, and this is a good restaurant tip no matter where you go if you're going for breakfast. When you see corned beef hash on the menu, ask, is it homemade or is it canned? And if it's canned, run for the hills. I mean, no, canned is okay, but the homemade corned, I make my own after St. Patrick's Day because I always have a lot of brisket left over.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
an Irish
have that
guy.
problem.
I cook like 10 pounds. We eat it all in sandwiches and eat up the corned beef, and then there's always a couple pounds left over, and I make corned beef hash. Make it scratch is the best way to have it.
Exactly. Actually, if you want to put your Wayback Machine on, there was a place down in Providence called the Down City Diner. By far, hands down, the best corned beef I've ever had.
I've heard about that place. It went out of business.
Yeah, it went out of business. Now it's, I believe it's Cersei.
Yeah, and then the owner of, I forget where the owner of Down City went, but he went somewhere. And he was someone of note. I can't.
Well, there were two owners.
Yeah.
The first one was a stockbroker. He was the money side. And the other one, the lady, I can't remember her name either, but she was the on-site owner, where she would take care of the day-to-day stuff. Yeah. And she was, as most people would say, this is not me saying it, this is other people, she was bat crap crazy.
Well, I ran away from your question. You asked me where I've eaten lately.
Yes.
This afternoon, my wife and I had lunch at Tavern by the Sea in Wickford, on the water in downtown Wickford. And that's absolutely, for food, ambiance, service, view, one of my favorite places to eat in Rhode Island on a sunny Sunday afternoon. Great stuff.
Now, what have you done, like shows? Have you gone checked out local music scene? Did you check out Almost Mercy when they released it? Did you download that?
No, I haven't seen that yet. And somebody I know, is that the one my friend Melissa Randall is in, playing a news reporter? She's in something that was done local. But we're getting out of the movie scene. I've done 3 different movies in the last year locally, and so those will be coming out. But Almost Mercy was one I didn't get into.
Okay. Well, if you follow what I do at all, I also DJ'd at a car show yesterday up in Dayton, Massachusetts. Our friend Seth Carney, who was in here last week, it's a relative of his somehow, and they gave me a call last year. I guess I impressed them because they called me back again this year. And it was an excellent turnout. About 100, just shy of 100 cars showed up. A lot of people came to look at it. I was directly across from a 1957 Chevy panel truck.
Nice.
Well, the outside was a panel truck. Inside was a race car.
Really?
Yeah, it fully blown engine. It was beautiful. Beautiful car. So.
Being a DJ is funny. This is a little fun fact you don't know about me is I used to be a nightclub DJ and traveling DJ.
And you were also a stand-up comic, too.
Stand-up comic. You must have read about me on Wikipedia or something. And I got my start at a radio station like this. So I've done all kinds of fun stuff. So where did
you get your start? Obviously at a radio station as a DJ.
This is a funny story. WMUR Radio at Marquette University in Milwaukee. And back then we called it underground radio. I mean, it was completely under the radar of the FCC, and we would broadcast. We'd play any songs we wanted, and it was just complete free from. I was the program director, but I also did an afternoon radio show, and I had a radio partner that did the show with me. It was kind of a comedy and variety show, and we played a lot of music and stuff. And this is back in late 70s, early 80s, and my radio partner was a guy named Bob Odenkirk. Name familiar at all?
Sounds familiar, but I drink way too much for it to anything to really stick.
If you watch Breaking Bad, or now he's on the spin-off show, my Better Call Saul. The attorney, Saul Goodman, is Bob Odenkirk, he was in the cast of Saturday Night Live, and he did a lot of movies with Ben Stiller and stuff. So we were radio partners in college. He's had a successful career. Me, not so much.
Well, I wouldn't say it was unsuccessful, but But I looked at your path of moving around. Now, how did you end up in Rhode Island is what I don't understand. You lived in Danville, Gainesville, Ocala, Pensacola, San Francisco, Oakland,
and then
Washington, D.C.
You haven't talked to all my old girlfriends, haven't you? They tracked me down
I'm
again.
telling you, I am a consummate professional. I do background research. Right. If I looked a little bit harder, I could probably tell you what blood type you were.
I'm not even sure I know. Well, look, broadcasting can be a transient business. It's not unusual for people to move from town to town in their careers. I've tried not to do this thing where people blow into town, they're there for 2 years, and then they're gone. So everywhere I've been in the TV business and radio business, I've stayed at least 5 years. So I did, I did 4 years of radio in Milwaukee, and then did some production work. Then I went to Florida, and I was actually in Florida in 3 different cities: Gainesville, Ocala, and Pensacola, for a total of 9 years. 2 radio stations, 3 TV stations. Went to Washington, D.C., which was exciting, to work in Congress for a year on a congressional fellowship, and then I got hired by Cox Broadcasting, the parent company of Cox Cable that everyone's familiar with here. They have about 15 TV stations around the country, and I was the White House and congressional correspondent for all the Cox television stations around the country. And they liked me so much they transferred me to their top station in San Francisco, and I was there for probably another 9 years. And then unemployment came along. That happens in the broadcast business. You get laid off every now and then. Luckily, it's only happened to me twice. And the closest place I could find a job was from San Francisco, was in Providence, Rhode Island. Actually, the guy that hired me in San Francisco had bought Channel 6 here, and he hired me here years later. And so I worked there for 5 years and got laid off again. But I've had a great career. I've loved my radio TV career. It's taken to be, I think, to 45 different states to cover stories and even foreign countries. So it's been great, and I'm not done yet. I got plenty of, at least 20 more years left in me.
At least 20 more years.
I think.
Well, can we quote you on that?
Look, Bob Schieffer just retired last Sunday from Face the Nation, and Bob was there covering Moses live when Moses delivered the 10 Commandments. And so if Schieffer could, and I know Bob, I'm just kidding around, I worked with him in Washington, and I'd love to have a career that long and storied. So, I like to say, I'd like to work another 20 years in radio and TV.
Okay, well, when we come back from a break, we're going to take a break right now, we're going to actually dig a little deeper into your sordid past.
Okay.
See if you could bring up a few stories.
I was wondering why that squad car was parked outside, kind of waiting for me to leave the building.
That's usually for me, because the playground across the street, I have to stay only so many feet.
Okay.
So we're going to leave here with Melissa and the Liberators, All Used Up. You're listening to My Night Out Radio on Rhode Island Free Radio. We'll be back in a minute.